Episode 3 African Covenant Quest. The Promised Land, beyond the rivers of Cush. They erased the maps, changed the names, and told us the Promised Land was somewhere else. But the ancient scrolls, the forbidden books, and the memory of the Bantu all say the same thing. The Promised Land is massive, rich in copper and water, full of fruit, forests, and fire. And it is not in the Middle East. It is here, in Africa. This is not a theory. This is the record of Jubilees, of Enoch, of Genesis, Jasher, Baruch, and Abraham. And it's time to unseal what they tried to bury. Welcome to African Covenant Quest. Episode 3. The Promised Land, beyond the rivers of Cush. We begin with the question they hoped we would never ask: where is the real Promised Land? And the answer lies in the ancient scrolls. Jubilees 8:21-29 tells us something powerful. Shem's inheritance, where the children of Eber would dwell, stretched from the middle of the earth to the mountains of Asher, from Eden to the whole land of the Red Sea, even beyond the waters of Gihon, which circles the land of Cush. This is not a strip of desert in the so-called Middle East. This is a continent-sized inheritance. It is Africa, and it is vast. Jubilees 8:12 confirms it again. Shem's land is in the middle of the earth. Not north, not east, but central. Enoch 26:1 speaks of a high mountain at the center of the earth. Some call it Mount Meru, others Mount Kilimanjaro. In Bantu memory, it is a sacred center, a place where the heavens touch the earth, a place chosen by the Almighty. Geography agrees. Africa sits at the heart of the world map, with rivers flowing out, continents circling around it. It is the center, it is the source, it is the womb. And that's not all. The Book of Jubilees describes what this land contains: copper mountains, sacred springs, fertile valleys, vast grazing lands for flocks, abundant fruits, forests filled with life, mountains of fire, volcanoes where the earth speaks. A land prepared, blessed, chosen, not dry, not barren, not small. Even in Genesis chapter 2, the Garden of Eden had rivers that flowed through Africa. The Gihon surrounds the land of Cush, and from there, 4 rivers flowed, nourishing all. 2 Baruch 4:1-3 calls the Promised Land the place prepared from the beginning. It is vast, filled with life, chosen for a holy people. And when sin increased, the people were scattered, not across Europe, but across Africa. Deuteronomy chapter 28 describes the scattering, and archaeology, language, and Bantu memory all confirm it happened within Africa. Let's be clear, this Promised Land was not a small corner claimed by colonizers. It was large enough to house 12 tribes, with cattle, crops, and sacred mountains. It had laws, it had rivers, it had the presence of Mwari, Nyading a music of Anhu. And it is still here, hidden in plain sight. So why did they lie? Why did they move the map? Because to control a people, you must first steal their land. But that lie ends here. The forbidden books have spoken. The scrolls have been unsealed. The rivers still flow. Africa is the Promised Land, beyond the rivers of Cush. And the covenant still stands. This is African Covenant Quest. Episode 3 is complete. Let the truth rise. Let the land speak. Let the scattered awaken. Because the journey has just begun.